So the question we are going to answer today is, how do I assign work through Google Classroom, work that will be submitted via pictures from the students? How do I assign it, and how do I annotate it to give feedback to the students? All right, so let's consider that a teacher would assign an artwork. So what the teacher would go first, what you do is go to, of course, classwork, then go to create, and then choose assignment. Give the work a title. So let's call this landscape. You can provide your instructions here. I'm not going to do it. And then you need to add the tool that you're going to provide for them to upload their image. So it's as if you would be handing out a piece of paper, and then they can do their art piece and then return the art piece to you. The tool that we're going to use is Jamboard. All right, so we need to first create a Jamboard. It's as if we were getting the students that piece of paper. So to do that, I opened another tab, and I went to my waffle right here where you have all the apps, and I'm scrolling down to Jamboard, and there it is. All right, well, these are all my Jamboards. I can go on the bottom right corner, a new jam. So I click on the plus sign, and I just give this blank page a title. So this is going to be called landscape. There you go. So now I've created that piece of paper that I just need to hand out. All right. Now, how do I do that? I copy this link. All right. The link to this page. Go back to my Google Classroom to the assignment. And I'm going to click on the bottom left here, add. Now I'm going to choose link and paste the link. And add the link, and there you go. So now I've added to my assignment a Jamboard. All right, I want to make sure that every student is going to get their own copy, so I need to click here on the arrow right here and go down to make a copy for each student. Very good. And I'm going to put this in the topic. I'm going to choose is arts. There you go. Assign. Okay, so now we're going to see from the point of view of the student what this looks like. Right, so I've already prepared the access to Google Classroom with a student account. It's a dummy account. And he's going to refresh. There you go. New assignment, a landscape. So he's going to click on the new assignment. And in the top right corner, there's the link to access the Jamboard where he needs to upload the picture of his artwork. So let's say that he does so. He clicks on it. Now he's in Jamboard. And on the left hand side, you have a few options of how you want to modify your slide. So the student is going to go down to right here, add image. And depending on where the file is, then he needs to just browse to that file. So I'm going to click here on browse, and let's say that this is his piece. That's called artwork number 1. He's going to open it, and that's his landscape. Now, for the purpose of this video, I went and took a picture on the web. It's a Creative Commons licensed, and I have the right to use it with no attribution. Okay. So now he needs to submit back the work. So he goes back to Google Classroom and he clicks here on turn in. Now I'm not going to do it because I also want to show this from the point of view of a cell phone, because many of our students are doing the work on their cell phones. All right, and then there's a particular situation, so I wanted to show you on the cell phone as well. So I'm just going to go back and erase this because it needs to be blank for me to show it on the cell phone. So now I'm going to start the screencast on the phone. 3, 2, 1. I'm using an iPhone. And I don't know if everything is set up the same way on Android, but it should be pretty similar. So I've already prepared the access to Google Classroom with the same account. All right, so he's going to go down to the classroom, which is Français 101. Very good. So I'm just refreshing the page. Okay, new assignment, landscape. So he's going to click on landscape. And if he doesn't see anything, at the bottom of the page, you have your work and there's an arrow. Click on the arrow. Now you see what you saw on the computer, right? So the link is at the top where it says his name, Chris Tyson. Once again, it's not a real student. It's called landscape. So he's going to click here. And this brings him to, okay, so that was the reason why I wanted to show you this. I'm getting this kind of error message, unsupported file type. I don't know if it's because the phone is trying to open this directly in Google Classroom, but on the top right corner you have a square and an arrow that points to the top right. Click there to open the file in Jamboard, and there you go. Now the student has access to Jamboard. What he needs to do now is to upload the image. Now to do that, because you don't see on the computer on the left hand side, you had some tools, like a toolbar. It's not there. But on the bottom right corner, I have a pencil. This is usually for to add, to edit or to add functionalities, so or see functionalities. So I'm just going to press here. And now I have access to the tools, the same tools that were in the toolbar. I still don't see the option to add the image. Doesn't matter, there's a plus sign. So click on the plus sign. And there you go. The last option is image library. So once again, let's assume that the student has taken a picture of his artwork previously. He's going to go to image library. And there it is. And there you go. So you see that the work is actually in the Jamboard. Once you do that, he needs to go back to Google Classroom to submit it, right? So he's going to click on Turn In right here. One attachment will be submitted. Yes, turn in. And there you go. Assignment turned in. You see it at the bottom left corner. Now, let's go back to the computer and see this from the point of view of the teacher. So the teacher goes back to, he needs to go to arts and landscape, and right here you see that one student out of 4. It's a very small classroom. That has handed in. So he clicks on the work, opens it, and all right, so now this is kind of like a preview. To open in Jamboard, right on the top right here, you have open with Google Jamboard. Yes, that's what you want to do to have a look at it. All right, so now it's a bit small, but you can make it bigger and look at it as a teacher. And now you have these tools that you can use. All right, so let's say that you have something that you want to mention about the clouds here. Then you can use whatever tool you have. You have shapes here. And in shapes, you have an arrow. I would use just a drawing tool right here. And there you go. And make an arrow. And right here, you can make a comment. So to make a comment, I can use a sticky note, or I could just insert a text box right here. So I'm going to put my text box here. I'm going to say, great work. However, you... next time, and then you give just more feedback. All right, so that's how you do to annotate the work. Now once this is done, let's say that you want to return this, so you can go back to Google Classroom. You can give it a mark if you want to. You can add also more comments right here, and once you're done, you return it. Okay, you return. It says no mark. I'm just to show you. So I'm gonna write n'importe quoi, anything here. Okay, return, because I want want you to see what it looks like from the point of view of the student. So you return it. Okay, so now from the point of view of the student, so what he sees, so I'm just going to refresh here. So Chris, now he sees his grade right here, 70 out of 100. And now if he opens his Jamboard, now he sees your input right here. See, you have even your little picture right there. Great work, however, next time. And also if you had put comments in the comment text box, then he would be able to see it as well. Okay, so that's how you assign work that through Google Classroom that your students will submit back via a picture, and that's how not only you assign it but also how you annotate it.